In my proposition pitch, I pretty much discuss a solution to affordable housing in metropolitan areas. So I'm going to go through some of the stories and different reasonings behind that. So let's take a look here. So I witnessed my personal family members struggle with this. It's very difficult to find affordable housing, especially if you have to be in a certain location for work. It's extremely essential for you to be near that workplace and be able to efficiently get to work. It's extremely important. So I had some cousins who lived in New York City, and they actually faced this themselves. So they had to commute very far from, it might have even been like 20 miles that they had to commute to work. And this greatly strained on them financially and greatly strained on them socially. So problem story. So the ultimate thing this is happening is it's leading to people paying exorbitant amounts of money for housing where it could be much more economically friendly for them. So this takes away a lot of their time from spending with their family because they're traveling. They're traveling to work. It's very lots of time is spent just driving or just taking public transportation. So this takes away people's personal time. They're not able to spend it with family or friends, and this mentally can strain you and psychologically can cause problems. So like the competitors, like one of the big things that competitors do in this, the only competitors there would really would be the different housing sources that are nearby or different housing sources that are around the same rent, but usually those are not going to be the location that my proposition would be. They would be near to industries and they'd be much more beneficial to those who are influenced or need it more in that area. So and much closer housing to the higher employed areas is much more expensive. So that's a problem as well. Let's see here. So customer story. So this is mostly going to affect middle class renters, mostly renters, because rent prices are going to be greatly impacted in areas where population is high. So rent will ultimately increase with an influx of population, and this can cause any rent. This is just economics at this point, and this is something that mainly happens in highly populated areas. Mostly highly populated areas. So the solution. So ultimately, my goal would be to build affordable buildings for housing. This would be apartment style living. And if this is developed correctly, it should result in affordable rents, and it should be extremely beneficial to those who work in the area and those who are in need of housing. It solves a need, and it's very, very unique in that sense. So the overall value proposition is to enhance the lives of renters, and to do this through saving them money and through cutting costs in different ways. This is done majorly in terms of economics, right? So money, financially, it saves them more money, therefore it benefits them in that way. It also, non-economically, their time is very valuable. Time is another very precious factor of life, and I think this is a very important value add in this situation.